Unfortunately, you've also got me with German. Um, so let us know if you can hear me as well, so that I'm not talking with no one hearing. Well, we've had a bit of a break since the last round. Um, obviously, IIRL, new championship, but we are continuing the championship from APS. Those of you who do know, and there was a lot of competition before the break. A lot of different winners, a lot of drivers showing some good pace. We had Hyper. He was making a bit of a comeback after a slow start. He was really improving his lap times, and then we had Stappy, who started really well but had some really poor luck. And we had JamesWhite, who's been very consistent. Teamy Dale, also consistent. Supermac is always near the top, so we've got quite a few drivers. And obviously APS Apie, who's put in a lot of practice in this season, and the results show that, so he could be another shout. Yeah, yeah, Hyper is a great guy. Um, a good racer too, very respectful, so we'd like to see him do well. Yeah, anywhere in the fours is a good time in Q1 for your first lap. Yeah, Zog and Hype are good friends, so they'll be wanting to one-up each other whenever they can. I'm sure Zog's loving that at the moment. Got Stappy on his outlap. I think the rest, or most of the rest of the drivers are on their in-lap now, or they might be going for another.
the entire time.
So it's just been me.
Okay. Yeah, we've just been talking to ourselves the entire time and nobody can hear us.
Oh.
Okay, guys.
Right.
Just to double check, you can hear us now, right?
Yeah, for some reason the chat
Okay.
isn't updating for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
IIRL just confirmed on Discord. They can hear us now. Fantastic. We've just been talking to ourselves for the past 5-6 minutes, unaware that I've had that I muted myself and the party on Twitch the entire time.
Oh well.
So yeah, that is I guess that is, you know, common mistake for streamers streaming for the first time. As we're on board with Stappy down the final 2 corners, let's see what time he can set in that papaya orange McLaren. As he sets provisional pole for a 104.4, that's 3/10 from Zog. That is a very strong first lap from Stappy.
Yep, he's making his intentions clear. He's obviously been practicing quite a bit for the race over the last few weeks, so we'll be hoping he can.
You know, the trouble with... Yeah, sorry, Tenten, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you'll be hoping to progress more and more and get that pole position and convert it into a win.
Yeah, the trouble with Austria is that there's so few corners, so if you have a really bad one lap, you know, and you can't seem to figure out where to find time, then you're going to be in real big trouble.
Yeah, exactly that. Padge with a good time, settling at the third there. And Zog has retired from the session, crashed at turn 7 or 8, I believe.
Oof. He better hope that, you know, the rest of the field doesn't put in a really good time kicking him out.
So I don't know if he's collided
A lot of retirements early on in Q1. As we're on board with Hicklin right now into the final 2 corners.
Oh, Tucker's...
Super Mac also retired.
I'm not sure how Tucker ended up there, but he's just on the entry to turn 1 without a front wing. So I don't know if he's had a collision with another driver, but I don't know how your car would end up like that.
I think he just lost it. If he did indeed have contact with another driver, it should be shown as penalties. Let me just check. Yeah, it seems like Dale, Zog, Tucker for life, Supermac all retired from terminal damage of some sort.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Early retirements. Yep. I mean, these things happen when you're trying to push for a really good lap, and we know that Austria has some very, you know, punishable curbs that will throw you off if you push too hard. As Hissy's, I think, on his in lap. Hicklin. Is he gonna come in? No, he's gonna stay out. I think he's... Nope, he's coming in. The upcoming Karma. I think he's on his lap now. Yeah. Anyways, IIRL, which is APS revived, you know, in the best way possible that we could do. Some new faces and some familiar faces, so it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against each other.
Yeah, I believe Tucker for life may have been a new addition in the break between APS and now. The rest of the drivers have all been driving an 82 for a while now, I believe.
Alright, that's really interesting. So yeah, I mean, I think the trouble with, you know, having new faces is that everyone's trying to establish themselves in the league, so we tend to see some unclean racing, but it's good to know that, you know, today we can be confident of some nice clean racing between all the drivers.
Yeah, we often see a lot of respect given between the drivers in this tier. It's always a good watch. Provided some great races.
Yeah, we've seen some great races.
Yeah, and this track should only help with that.
Let's see, we were in a party with Alraz beforehand, and it seems to be that Maverick invalidated his previous lap, and now we're on board with Alraz, who's hoping for a good position today, right?
Yeah, I mean, apparently Alres was sandbagging in practice, so it'll be really interesting to see what he can do in this qualifying
Yeah,
session.
let's go, Alraz. Let's see what you can do with the sandbags off. I'm curious to know how heavy those sandbags were. As he's now about to cross the line, sets a 105.7. I think I would say he's pretty safe considering that we have 4 retirements behind him. And yeah, he just has to worry about one driver that may potentially kick him out.
Yeah, I know he won't be very happy with that lap, but it's not terrible. It's not far off at all, so I'm sure he'll be able to make some improvements regardless.
Yeah. I mean, if he can find 310s, he's already in the top 10 in Q1.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not a bad first attempt. As Apie is now on his out lap in the Mercedes. Man, with that black Merc and that orange Dutch helmet, you know, from the default helmet, it kind of looks like Jarno Oppenmeer in that car.
It does indeed, yeah. It's the exact same.
Let's see if we can put a Jarno Oppenmeer lap. Let's go, Apie.
103.2, come on.
I can see that he's using the esports braking line, braking on the curb, trying to maximize that turn in as much as possible. And down to turn 4, again using the very, very wide racing line, braking outside the track, trying to carry as much speed as possible. You can see that continuation of that pattern all the way down to the second half of the second sector as it heads down to the third sector. Now down to the final 2 corners, let's see what he can do. As we have a yellow flag in sector 1. Can't seem to find who that was,
It
but
might have been Carisi letting a driver pass, just driving quite slowly, so it brought out the yellow flags.
Possibly. As Apie sets a 105.1, which sits him in about 9th position right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for another lap as well. His ARS is draining rapidly.
Yeah, I always like to go for 2 runs as well. All the information that you've gathered from the first lap seems to stay fresh when you go for 2 runs, but as we know now, that's not always possible for all tracks. As Alvarez on his second attempt sets a 105.4, so he did find those 310s after all. That places him P10 now. As Apie completes his second run with a 104.8, that puts him in P3 at the moment. That's very impressive from Apie, I have to say.
Yeah, it's looking very close there, especially from second down to 7th. That's just 2/10 of a second.
Yeah, we seem to have a very tightly packed grid here tonight. As we have a yellow flag in sector 3. Padge tops the time with a 104.6, places him in P2 now. He is the closest right now to Stappy, but Stappy looking very comfortable in that P1 position in Q1 that he seems to have retired early. And so is Hyper, so those 2 drivers seem to be very comfortable with their times. Let's see now, can any other driver top those top 3 times, as we are now on board with Stappy. I think he may have invalidated, he's going very slowly, is he? Nope, he's out of fuel. He's on his own lap. What about Takeorisky? How do you pronounce that? Takeorisky?
Almost
Take
like
her easy.
take her easy.
Yeah.
That's how he likes to pronounce it.
I wonder how he came up with that name.
I have no idea.
Must have been like, yeah, I want to come up with a gamer tag that is super hard for everybody to pronounce. But you know, 10 out of 10 for uniqueness. Yeah, Takeriza seems to be coming in. Seems to be done with his run. What about his C? Alra is also retired. His C seems to be on... I think he's on an out lap, even though the game doesn't say he is, because he must have invalidated his first run. Yeah, as you see him swerving, trying to warm up those tires before his run. Let's see how he does. As he activates DRS and crosses the start-finish line to start a new lap. Takes turn 1, there seems to be debris in turn 1, there's a missing wheel. I wonder who that belongs to. Is anyone gonna claim responsibility for that wheel on the track? Yes, as Hissy takes the esports braking line as well. Trying to widen that turn in for the best possible lap time as we head down to turn 4. Hard braking point does the same thing, esports braking line, as he has a very solid exit. Now down to the double left-hander where you have to carry a lot of speed, you have to try to mount that curb as much as possible. Same thing with this corner, but you don't want to mount that curb because that will upset your suspension and spin you out, potentially. As we head then out to the final 2 corners. Ooh, gets a little bit uneasy out of the second last corner. Tries to make it up by carrying as much speed down the final corner. Doesn't seem to have improved this time, unfortunately. We have a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, it seems to be Padge. Ah yeah, doesn't want to be blocking Serpro. Yep, and we're on board with Serpro right now, and he lost it and has pinned it into the wall.
Oh.
What a dramatic ending.
Well, that confirms the order for D2 anyway.
Yep, Clouded Tadpole just gave up on his lap and he's in the danger zone, so that will indeed confirm the order for this Q1 session. Yeah, so we have had a very high amount of retirements for Q1, but fortunately for most of them they managed to set a lap time. Yeah. Seems to be we will lose Serpro, Clouded Tadpole, Dale G, Alpha Matty, and Supermac in Q1.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 6 DNFs? I think it is.
Ooh, yeah, I think it was, yeah. But yeah, Stappy with a very powerful 104.1, 2/10 clear of P2, P2 Padge. We'll have to see, can Padge
8 retirements.
match that time in Q2? 8 retirements?
No, 7.
That's
no,
still
is
quite
it
a high... possibly.
Well, Alpha Matty was not in the session the whole time, I know that much. He disconnected right at the start. I did invite him a couple of times, but he stayed in the main menu, so he might be a ghost in the race.
6 retirements according to the incidents.
Yeah.
Yes, we continue on to the next session. Right, now we're down to Q2. Obviously, as we know, it's a little shorter than Q1, so drivers will have a little less time to complete their laps. So let's see who's gonna top and who's going to crumble and be eliminated. As an orange McLaren has immediately come out onto the trap. It seems to be upcoming Karma. Okay. Yeah, on the medium tires as well. So yeah, it's no secret that the medium soft strategy is the most powerful strategy in Austria. For those of us that have seen the esports race, every driver apart from one went on the medium tire, so I think it's safe to say we can expect majority of the drivers to do their first attempt on the medium tire. Yeah. Seem to have 4 drivers now out on the track, wanting to get their laps in early. I think 10-10, it's always a gamble with the medium coming out this early because the track clearly doesn't have the grip for it, so you're gambling. You must have immense sort of confidence in your pace on the mediums to be able to set a lap time this early on in quali.
Yeah, I generally like to wait a few minutes, let other drivers rubber in the track. But then if everyone did that, nobody would go out. I'm not sure how the game works.
Yeah.
Maybe the track rubbers in anyway, even if no one goes out. But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it might be pseudo, like it might be sort of this placebo effect, but for me I always, if I plan to go out on the mediums, I always wait for the 10-minute mark at least.
Yeah. Yeah, 11, 10 minutes, that's a good time to go out. It gives you enough time to get in a couple of runs.
Yeah. Especially on this track where it's very short, so you can easily complete your out lap in a minute, just over a minute. Yeah, as the 2 McLarens are setting their fastest time at the moment. Riding on board now with upcoming Karma as he completes Sector 2, now down to Sector 3. Let's see what benchmark he sets for the rest of the field on those medium tire. Sets a 104.7. Yeah. I think Stappy was a 104.4 on the soft tire in turn 1, in Q1, so we can definitely see the track evolution happening right now. Stappy tops that time with a 107 dead. Very confident runner Stappy is.
Yeah, upcoming Karma with a pretty solid time as well, just behind him, 700s adrift.
Yep. That pretty much puts the pretty much puts both McLarens on the front row, which is very good news for McLaren. I'd be very happy if I was Zach Brown. Yeah. Oh, there seems to be an incident in lap turn 1. Oh yeah, slow driver.
A lot of drivers electing to stay in, like we would probably do. So it'll be interesting to see what lap times they can set. That might give us an indication of any sort of track evolution.
Yeah, we can really see a difference in sort of strategies between the field as some decide to stay in, some decide to go out early to set those laps. Yeah, and as a driver you don't, I mean preferably you'd want to go, you know, maximum of 2, maybe 3 runs on those mediums, but not more, otherwise you can't really make that strategy work for you in the race. As we have 6 times on the boards already. Alvarez and JamesWhite have just come out on their out lap. Yep, and as suspected, both of them are on their mediums. Tenton, are you keeping an eye on the chat box?
Yeah.
Alright, good, because I can't seem to find it on the app, like on my phone, so I'll be running it blind.
That's no worries. I don't know if it's refreshing right now though. So if people could speak in the chat, and then I'll know if it's refreshing or not.
Alright, yep. Yeah, so we see right now JamesWhite pretty much. Wow, my controller just disconnected for a few seconds. But yeah. As I was saying, JamesWhite, as he completes his lap on the medium, sets a 1:05.1. Pretty solid. I think I would be happy with that time. As another 5 drivers are still in the pits apart from Alvarez. I think Alvarez definitely invalidated his first run.
Currently a 10th off of a 151, I believe.
Oof. That would have sat him very comfortably somewhere between 5, 6, and 7. 105.5 is the time Alvarez sets. Almost loses it out of turn 1. Very nice, Alvarez, always keeping us entertained. Yeah, as we have another 2 drivers, Rhea and Maverick, who have now come out of the pits to set their lap times. Surprisingly, Rhea is on the softs, so seems to be no nonsense from Rhea, just directly wants to set a lap time. And Maverick is on the mediums. Okay, so Rhea up till now seems to be the only person setting his lap time on the softs.
It might work out quite well for him if there's a
Early safety car.
safety car.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to see someone doing different. Yeah, as we're on board now with Maverick in that matte red Ferrari. I have to say, Tenten, I think I prefer the older Ferrari liveries. I think, you know, this season and last season was a little meh for me.
Or what, sorry?
The Ferrari liveries.
Oh, the liveries for the Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah.
I said from the start that I think it's the worst looking of the Ferraris, like of all of them.
I definitely like,
quite...
yeah. Nah, I definitely like the 2018, you know, when they put a bit of white on there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had the red halo as well. I think the red halo looked really nice.
Indeed, indeed.
Um,
Yes, Mavericks, that's 105.5. Yes, 1010.
I liked last year's Ferrari livery. I didn't think there was much wrong with it, but the burgundy on the back of the car, I don't think it looks right, but some people like it, so, you know, it's subjective.
Yes, indeed it is. I did like their special edition when the one they brought out in Mugello. That was very nice.
Yeah, the all burgundy one, yeah, that was very nice.
But yeah, it's a shame that, you know, when McLaren brought out the one-off livery in Monaco, that it wasn't featured in the game as, you know, they did with Red Bulls.
Yeah. I know, that was a gorgeous livery. It was one of my all-time favourites, I would say.
Definitely. It's always nice to see like a very, you know, like a livery
it's iconic,
with,
isn't it?
yeah, a livery with a lot of like history and heritage featured in Formula 1. It's a shame McLaren never did that when they were with Honda.
Yeah. I mean, the Marlboro livery back in the day, that's one of my all-time favourites as well, but unfortunately the tobacco companies don't have any influence anymore
No.
on the liveries. So, you know, they would always try and beat each other to make the car look stand out on the track. They put so much money into the marketing and the look of the cars, and that's why a lot of those older cars looked so good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Which is actually, you know, why there was so much controversy with the Ferrari livery like this season at the beginning, because the Mission Winrow logo that was,
Yeah.
you know, originally green, everyone was talking about it, which is actually the, you know, the point of it being green in the first place is to generate some hype around it. But yeah, at the end of the day, Mission Winrow is also kind of like a sub company of Marlboro. And yeah, and that's why it got removed when we headed into Europe, because Europe apparently has a tobacco advertising ban.
Yeah, indeed it does.
Yeah, as we
I believe
currently...
it was a few years ago.
Which, the tobacco ban for all European tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as we have currently 4 drivers out on track. We got Take Her Easy, Sparky, Apie, and Rhea. Rhea doesn't seem to be making those red tires count for him. I think he's right now on his 2nd set. Must be. Still hoping to get a lap time in.
Apie is heading for a 105.1 at the moment, if we can keep this lap together.
Let's see, as we're on board with him right now. Ooh, that lands him in P7 very comfortably. Pushes Take Her Easy out, so Take Her Easy is definitely gonna have to come out for one more run. Nope, decides to pit. Yeah, he's definitely wanting to swap over to those reds. It's gonna be very tight with the timings.
I think he's got enough time to go out for one run, but I don't think he'll be able to get 2 runs in.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to make this count Take Her Easy. As currently we still have Apie out on track. Yeah, he's definitely on his end lap. Don't think any driver actually no, all drivers still have enough time to come out for one more lap, but would you take that risk? Would you, if you're happy with the mediums, would you, you know, say, screw it, I'm gonna have to go out for one more run and this time I'm gonna go on the softs just to make it to Q3?
It depends. If I were Always and I was worried, I'd maybe go on the softs. But I think starting on fresh mediums outside the top 10 isn't a terrible situation to be in as well. Always decides to retire, so he would rather start on those mediums than start on the softs.
It's very interesting to see how all these drivers sort of plan their strategy out like a chessboard game almost. You know, even though this is Formula 1 and it's racing, it's all about, and especially qualifying, it's all about the fastest lap, but it's interesting to see how, you know, drivers like Alvarez, they would rather start on the mediums. They wouldn't mind too much if they got kicked out of Q2.
Yeah, exactly that. It is all about strategy and thinking ahead rather than setting the fastest time in Q2 anyway.
Yeah. Let's see, as we're still riding with Rhea, still not able to set a lap. I think time is ticking away for Rhea. Oh, and he loses it and breaks his front wing as well. Ooh. Quite happy I caught that on stream because that is very dramatic. Poor Rhea won't be able to set a time in.
It is very easy to do that, getting it on the inside curb. It just throws the car if you just have any amount of steering angle.
Yeah. As Sparky also gives up, Take Her Easy also gives up on their lap. Seems like Alvarez, with that early retirement, he was ready to give up, but luckily for him, keeps that P9 in qualifying. Yeah, with 10 seconds to go, we conclude to Q2. Wow, that was pretty dramatic Q2. Thanks to Rhea. Thank you, Rhea, for making it interesting for the spectators and for the commentators. Yeah, as we can see the gap though, you know, P1 and 3 only separated by a tenth, then we got, what, P4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 separated by 1.5 tenths. It's gonna be a very tight fight at the front, especially between the top 10.
It looks like we're going to have a few fights, little groups of cars fighting each other, although some drivers excel in qualifying and some excel in the race, so it'll be interesting to see who moves up and who moves down.
Definitely right, Tintin. I think, yeah, we'll have to see, because everyone in the front is going to be running on the same tires. Going to be seeing a DRS train, so we'll just have to wait to see who will be brave enough to make a lunge and who will be, you know, the type of driver that'll stick behind and stay consistent, wait for the strategy to play out. As we're starting with Q3 and Stappy again. Seems like the two McLarens wanna get their laps in early. Of course, Q3 you only have 12 minutes, so it's not a lot of time to get your laps in.
The three quickest drivers going out
Very early indeed.
very early, yeah.
Alvarez
Retires.
immediately retires. Why? Why would you do that, Alvarez?
I don't know if he's had a moment at the pit exit and maybe lost the car in the pit that, as you come up to the wall,
There is a yellow flag in Sector 1.
because he was only coming out of the pits, so
Wait, I'm gonna
I think he
go.
might have crashed in the pit exit.
Padge is coming out right now. I'm gonna try to go on board with him. Wait, no, I'm not. Damn, they disappeared. They took away his car. We can't say anything now. Shame.
It looks like he might have crashed at the wall at the pit exit.
Let me double check with the race directory. Yep, seems like Alvarez retired from terminal damage. Oof. I feel for Alvarez because he put in a lot of effort to get into Q3 and then just to bin it. Yeah, as we see a lot of drivers coming out right now, right on the 10-minute mark. As we are right now on board with our first time setter, Stappy. Obviously a no-brainer to do Q3 on the softs. As we ride on board with Stappy, just coming out of Sector 2, starting at Sector 3 into the final two corners. Seems to be very clean so far. What time does he set? A 104.18. Can anybody beat him?
Solid lap.
Very solid lap indeed. Karma crosses the line at 104.9, so he must have made a mistake somewhere because that's a very big gap.
Yeah, he set a 4.7 on the mediums, so you can definitely do better on those softs.
Yeah, definitely can do better. I mean, because this is Austria, obviously they will all try. I mean, not obviously, but it would probably be a good idea to go for a second run immediately after your first.
It looks like Hyper might have invalidated both his
Ooh.
first and second run.
As I'm on board now with Padge, loses it at the right on the exit of the S chicane, in Sector 2.
As he managed to avoid any damage.
Ooh, I think he just touched the inside curb, which is something you really want to avoid because this game is very unpredictable with their, you know, the way the cars behave on the curbs. Yeah, as we're watching Maverick now down to the final two corners. Very clean last corner, he took it and puts him up to P4 with a 105.41. So yeah, the top three were, I think, Padge, Karma, and Stappy, if I'm not wrong. No, Padge, Hyper, and Stappy. So Hyper right now is on his lap, still waiting. Let's see if he can topple Stappy's time of a 1 of 4.1. So we got a yellow flag in sector 3. I think somebody's run out of fuel.
I did say that Hyper was purple in Sector 2 there, although sometimes this game likes to give you false purple sectors. Very committed for the final 2 corners.
Ooh, 104.7. So he's literally just a hair length away from JamesWhite's time.
Stappe so far though, showing that
Very dominant pace.
he maybe wants to move up to Tier 1. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll be happy to have you, Stappy. It seems we have 3 people with no times. Obviously Alvarez retired, but we're still waiting on Take Her Easy to set a lap time. You think he's down to his final set, which is why he hasn't come out yet. We'll have to see. As yeah, speaking of the devil, Take Her Easy comes out of the pits right now on his out lap. Karma is also looking to improve his time. Seems that Karma will be the first one to start his lap time, so we'll just ride on board with him. Ooh, yeah. Just caught it on screen. He managed to invalidate his out lap, so his next lap won't count. Fortunately for Padge, he did not validate his out lap, so he'll be trying again, trying to get that slipstream from Karma. I'm not sure it'll do him much benefit, but I guess every bit of millisecond counts when you're trying to fight for positions. Yeah, Padge seems to be on a very clean lap right now, so we'll have to see what that translates to. As he tries to fight the understeer, you can see it on the stream, he's trying to fight the understeer through sector 2. Maybe wishing he's put a little bit more front wing. Yeah, misses the last couple of apexes, so that won't be good for his time. Oh, I spoke too soon. Sets a 1 of 4.2. Puts him in P2 with a very solid drive from Padge. But definitely still room to improve. As he directly sets, directly tries to go for his second attempt. Or, no, he's not. He's gonna come in. Alright, on board with Hyper now. Oh, I got my fingers crossed for you, Hyper. As he starts his lap now into turn 1. Cuts it very nicely. A bit of understeer on the exit. Must probably loses him some speed, but hopefully not too much. Into the notorious turn 3. Misses the apex, but tries to compensate it by having a really good exit. Turn 4.
Karma managed to slot into P2 there.
Oh, 300s away from Padge time, yeah. Narrowly beats Padge.
Half a tenth down on his time. He was decides to back out of it.
Yeah, Hyper backs out of his time. Thinks he can do
Knows
better.
He can do better.
He can do better. This is his third lap on the softs, so his softs will be absolutely not at their optimal grip. Yeah, as we have Apie, Take Her Easy, as well as JamesWhite on their outlap, so there's still plenty of action still to go here in the closing minutes of Q3. Ooh, very hard braking for Hyper. As we come to the very tricky sector 2. Ooh, seems
a lot better from him there.
Yep, can definitely see this will be a really good time. When he mounted that curb, my heart stopped. I was hoping and praying that this car wouldn't spin out.
Very close to invalidate on the exit turn 9 as well. What does he do?
Yeah, it's
4.5.
all risk. 4.5 with that all
nice.
risk and all reward lap from Hyper. Very solid. So we got a McLaren 1-2. Yeah, we got a McLaren 1-2 and a Red Bull 3-4. So it'll be an all Red Bull, all McLaren showdown in the race.
Let's see what Apie can do here. He's 5/10 up on his time now.
I should comfortably slot him somewhere with JamesWhite. Can he split the Alpines? No, he... Oh my god, what a lap from Apie, splitting the McLarens, coming out of nowhere. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic lap from Apie. As both McLarens are gonna try again. Stappy really wants to secure his P1 while Karma still wants to make it a McLaren 1-2.
Maverick slotted into P6 there, just a 10th off P5.
Oh my god.
Hesse displaces him.
Karma didn't make the line. He can't do his qualifying lap. Padge tops Apie with a P2 of a 1 minute 4.2.
Stappy is up on his time in sector 1.
He's making it down to the last corner. Ooh, runs a
he's
bit wide.
invalidated.
Yep, invalidated. What a shame. Maverick's car's a bit glitchy. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. Let's see. Hyper.
Looks like this is the order.
Hyper's still on his lap though. Let's see.
I think he's invalid.
Ah, what a shame. Yeah, everyone else has aborted their lap, so it seems like this will be the order. Stappy leading the pack with a 1 minute 4.2. His first attempt he did that lap, right? So he hasn't managed to improve on that. Very dominant performance by him, then followed by Padge, Apie, and upcoming Karma, Hyper. That'll be the top 5 order. Then we got the from 6 onwards, Hissy, Maverick, JamesWhite, Take Her Easy, and unfortunately Alraz. Very solid performance from everybody, especially the top 2, only separated by 0.03 of a second. Yeah, can't wait for the race. What about you, 1010?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Hoping for some nice clean racing up and down the field. Not too many safety cars, although I wouldn't mind a couple.
Yeah, I think
Um,
if there's a lack of action, definitely gonna wanna be praying for that safety car. But yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out the race.
should have a 5 minute break before the race, so if anyone wants to go to the toilet, maybe get a drink or something to eat, now's the time to do it. I myself am gonna go for a smoke, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
Alright, then I shall get myself a drink. It's gonna be a long race. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, just got myself a fresh bottle of Apfelschorle. I don't know if anyone knows this, but it's a very German thing. It's like apple juice mixed with carbonated water. Best invention in the world, have to tell you. Yeah, I'm seeing now people typing in the chat box. Yeah, Pajestic, you should not be ashamed of your lap. That is a very good lap for this little practice that you've had. Very, very solid. As we have TD online. Great to have you, TD. How are you doing? TT got some school assignments, huh? Making some very shady life decisions right now. Watching the stream. Okay, you've done it. Brilliant. Uh, yeah, TD. Make sure you get a smiley face as well as a star sticker, yeah.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Just in time.
Just looking at the chat, the amount of troll. Yeah, it seems to be we've readied up, so hopefully the drivers have all their strategies sorted out and their fuel levels and their setups. Hopefully no connection issues, game bugs, anything that could potentially go wrong. My god, the grandstands.
After this update that we saw midweek, there has been a few connection issues in some of the lobbies that I've been in. But we've got a pretty strong host tonight in Apie. He's got unbelievable internet connection, Dutch connection.
Dutch internet.
So
can always rely on the Dutch to solve our problems. Yeah, I was just looking at the grandstands in I think out of turn 1, you can see only Dutch t-shirts. The grandstands are orange.
in the game, do you mean?
Yeah, in the game.
Oh wow.
Lots of McLaren fans out here today.
Yeah, just McLaren fans.
I mean, obviously, right? See, look,
we don't have Max Racing here, so they must be here for Stappy and upcoming Karma.
And Apie and Alvarez, a lot of Dutch drivers here in the grid today.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. That's who they've come to support. Can't let them down now. A nice measured out lap from Stappy, keeping the field bunched up.
Yeah. See, Tenten, can you look at the grid? Like on the grandstands on the right side, you can see the amount of orange t-shirts there.
It is a sea of orange.
Yeah, as we're waiting for the grid to line up, the last car seems to be taking its place on the grid slot. It would be cool if we also had a medical car, but yeah, I would like to reverse back into the medical car if that was the thing. As we're waiting now for the 5 lights to go out. And we are racing in Austria as Stappy makes a good start. Padge trying to fight back, but he doesn't seem to get any success with that as they make their way very leanly through. You can see some people taking the escape road already. As Stappy gets a good run out of turn 1 into turn 3. Padge tries to close the gap. Apie also trying to close the field as APS retires a
Ooh.
DNF for him.
Not sure what happened there.
Unfortunately, we then catched up on the stream as Apie tries to go for a move on Padge into turn 4. Almost gets it done. Ooh, that was very spicy. I like that. Apie, keep it up. As the grid slots in very nicely one another, and we got Karma and Hyper fighting side by side. Ooh, we got a spin. Hissy is spun. I think the curb caught him out, but Hyper's still side by side with Karma into the final 2 chicanes. As Karma gets that position sorted out. Ooh, Maverick also right behind Hyper, looking interested in those positions. Oh, Rhea dives down the inside on Serpro. Very nice into turn 1, getting those moves done early. Oh, I spoke too soon. Serpro. Serpro side by side with Rhea. Who's gonna get the position? Yeah. Ooh, yep, Rhea with the confidence on the braking with those soft red tires as compared to the mediums. Alvarez looking interested as well on Serpro. Side by side into turn 4. Alvarez on the outside line. Is he gonna get Hamiltoned? No, he isn't. Nope, they're still side by side. Oh, Serpro got touched. No! They're teammates as well. Drama all the way. Oh, Alvarez losing a lot of positions there. What happened to him?
I think he was letting Serpro back through, but I don't think he knew that Serpro would easily be able to come back at him.
Unfortunate for Alvarez. He had such a good momentum going at the first stage, like at the beginning stages of the race. We got overtaken everywhere as we're on board now with Super Mac and Clouded Tadpole.
Oh, Serpro's had a moment at turn 1 and spun round. I'm not sure if there was contact between himself and Hicklin.
There seems to be an Aston Martin ghosted on the track. Wondering.
Yeah, Alpha Mate, he hasn't been able to get back in the lobby, unfortunately. It keeps rejecting him, so...
That's unfortunate for him. As Serpro has had a moment as well, you mentioned earlier. Yeah, as we can see, Stappy with the interval of 1.7 seconds after 3 laps seems to be very comfortable up there in P1. Padge trying to chase him down.
Oh, pretty long train here.
Very long train indeed.
IIRL Hyper.
Seems to be that Karma's looking for a run up to Hyper. Diving down the inside into turn 4. No, turn 3, sorry, my bad. Gets a very good exit, completes the move, but wait. Hyper is not done yet. He's probably thinking, no way, Jose. Give me that position back. Ooh. Karma rides very aggressively onto the curbs, trying to cover off an attack from Hyper, but Hyper's still crawling back. Let's go!
Great move from Hyper.
Very nice.
Very opportunistic.
Oh no, he gets a penalty in the process. That's gonna hurt him later on. Oh, but those two seem to be fighting head to toe, those two, very cleanly as well, showing absolute respect to one another. As Rhea also gets another 3-second penalty very early in the race. Let's see, DRS enabled. Karma coming back at Hyper, takes the inside line. Textbook move. Oh,
deep.
Goes in very deep. And Padge says, thank you very much, I'll have that position back with the DRS assist as well. Oh,
very late move there.
Karma feeling a little confident on the brakes, tries one down the inside, but Padge still keeps it. as we see a very close field from
Oh,
P.
Stappy has dropped it on the exit of
No
turn 7 and 8.
way! And we got a safety car. That is absolutely dream territory for Padge.
Hyper looks like he's going to decide to pit here.
Wants to get rid of those mediums. What's he gonna go on?
Hards will go to the end, but he could be thinking about doing a soft-to-soft strategy here.
He's going on a second set of mediums.
Mediums. Right, okay.
It's a strategy that I'm not really sure or can't really figure out what the intention is here. But it could be that he might be able to finish on those mediums. He doesn't have to, he's not obligated to to go for another pit stop, so.
I think he started on the mediums though, did he not? So
He did.
yeah.
So,
You have to use the 2 compounds.
is it 2 different compounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's forced into another stop, Hyper is, so we will have to see how his strategy plays out later on, but as for now he's put himself on a very disadvantaged spot all the way up into 14th.
He will be able to run those mediums quite long and pit onto the softs later in the race. He might be thinking that he wants to get all of that pace out of the softs before they wear and ultimately lose their advantage towards the end.
Yeah, so I mean the advantage with Hyper strategy is he can keep on pushing. But we'll have to see with his 3-second penalty. He has a lot of time to make up.
He might have expected more drivers behind him to pit as well. Seen as a safety car had come out, he might have not realised how many positions he'd lose, but
Actually,
to go from
yeah, I'm not
third
sure if
that
those
far
two.
down.
I'm not sure if those two are in a party, but at least they won't have to worry about double stacking those 2 Red Bulls.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd imagine Hyper will want to overcut most of the drivers ahead.
Yeah, that's understandable. Stappy leaving the session as after binning it in the early stages of the race, introducing the first safety car of this race. Drivers are going to be all bunched up together, so we're bound to see a lot more chaos that we have been seeing in the first few laps. I have to say I am deeply entertained after these first few laps. A lot of side-by-side action, a lot of respect between the drivers. It's good to see.
Safety car in this lap. We'll see how good of a restart Padge can get over Apie.
Apie must be channeling his inner Apie right now.
You see all his fans in the stands as he goes through.
Yeah, look at that grandstand. It's all orange. As we restart now, Padge is out. I mean, Padge is going.
Good restart from Padge.
Very good. Caught Apie sleeping a bit. A Serpo retires as well.
Looks like he's maybe spun at the final corner.
Yeah. I don't think he's been warming up his tires properly. Oh, Hyper takes Tucker for life. But Tucker's fighting him quite hard as he gets the move done. Hyper's on the freshest tires right here, and he's already looking at the gearbox of Alraz. Alraz will not want to disappoint all the Dutch fans that are on the grandstand, so let's hope he's not gonna make it too easy for him. Tucker for life.
Tucker's lost it as well.
Oh, what a shame. Yeah, I can see a Haas going wide there. I think that might be Dale G. And Hyper's going
So
for the
easy
move.
to do at that corner.
Oh no, he's not. He's decided to tuck back behind Alvarez as Alvarez goes a little wide. And Hyper takes advantage of that. We don't have DRS for the first, I think, 3 laps after a safety car restart. So this is all ERS that's being used right now as Alvarez fights back. He wants that position, but Hyper keeps it. As we go on board now with Rhea, he's only 2/10. He's riding on the gearbox of Maverick. He can see the gearbox of Maverick. He wants that position. And he's clearly on the faster tires, so he'll have to get this move done ASAP if he wants to make his strategy work. Ooh.
Maybe it's Apie right on the back of Padge now.
And the DRS enabled as well, so can he make the move down to turn 3? Or will Padge have to use up all his ERS to defend? Alvarez gets a 3-second time penalty. That'll be good news for Hyper sitting right in front of him right now.
Wow. Apie with a lot of straight line speed there. He's obviously running quite low wing compared to Padge.
Seems to be having no trouble following Padge and overtakes him right down to turn 4, but Padge is fighting back. Padge is not giving up that easily. He also has Karma breathing down his neck as well, so he can't afford a single mistake. Ooh, Karma was thinking about it down into turn 1. So we got a yellow flag in sector 3. Rhea, I think, has spun. No, he's pitting. Okay, he's ditching, he's doing the same strategy as Padge, so he's ditching those old mediums in favor of... No, I think he was on the softs. So
Yeah,
his
Rhea
soft...
started on softs.
Yeah, his soft run's done, so now his strategy is complete. Padge still trying to crawl that position back. And upcoming Karma is not making it easy for him. He is sniffing out an opportunity.
You can see the advantage Padge has in the corners.
Yeah, can definitely see.
He has a lot of straight line speed.
Which is actually really good for Apie because he doesn't have to use so much ERS for defending. Oh, Padge runs a little wide on the exit of the final corner. As Karma is now thinking about it. Ooh, decides to tuck back in one more time. Supermac getting a penalty now. Ooh, Karma thinking about one. Keeping it very clean between the two drivers. Padge will be really annoyed because the more he has to defend, the more he will lose Apie.
I think it'd be wise for upcoming Karma to just follow with that 3-second penalty. Going for going for moves like that, but not getting it done. It's just going to slow him down.
The more he fights with Padge, the more the people at the back can also catch up to him. Oh, let's go on board with Sparky. He's only a 10th away. He's fighting now with Alvarez and Hyper. Hyper and Alvarez, those two are still at it. As Alvarez gets another 3-second penalty. Oof. Good. He's thinking about it, Alvarez. Decides to tuck back in, go for another run down to turn 3. Hyper has no DRS this time. As Alvarez sends one down the inside, Verstappen style, and makes the move. But can he keep the position? Who will get the DRS down to turn 4? It seems that nobody has it because nobody wants to use it. And Padge takes that position back very comfortably. Nope, I spoke too soon. Still side by side into turn 5. Hyper's the inside line, so he'll keep that position very comfortably.
Oh.
No! Wait!
What a switchback move.
What a switchback! Oh, I gotta stop speaking too early. This is... I'm like the opposite of a commentator's curse.
An upcoming karma as he binned it in sector 3.
Oh, he seems to have lost the
Resets
car.
track.
And he's spinning it again. Tires overheating. Doing some donuts on the track while the race is going. That is solid entertainment right there, I gotta say. Apie and Padge still at it on the front. But with upcoming karma now out of the way, Padge can fully concentrate on his attack on Apie.
Hissy and Supermac both pitted and replaced their wings, so obviously they both had a collision somewhere.
As JamesWhite sends one down the inside of Dale G for P4. Very solid move. Let's see now. We got Rhea and Maverick also very close to one another. Clouded Tadpole. Seems like he was... Oh! Yeah, no, that's a ghosted car, never mind. But the two AlphaTauris now right with one another, so will there be any team orders among those two? Rhea seems to be quicker on pace alone compared to Tadpole, so let's see, will they make the switch? As Rhea tries to send one down the inside of turn 1. Move is completed, but will Clouded Tadpole think... Oh no! Maverick collided with Tadpole very aggressively. Yep, Tadpole has damage now on his front wing. Ah, that's really unfortunate for him. This Maverick makes up another position on Rhea this time, but Rhea's car was ghosted, so that's a little... I don't even know what's happening right now. Why are people's cars ghosting? Guess we got a yellow flag in sector 2. JamesWhite and DLG both pitting, trying to get rid of those red tires. Let's see. Okay, both cars going on a medium, so that is their pit strategy done. Seems that Hyper is always under pressure from somebody in this race. See that Sparky must be a Seb fan, cause he seems to be carrying a pink helmet like Seb is. Really stands out.
I'm not sure if Hyper maybe has damage. He just seems to have quite a lot of understeer. Maybe his tires have overheated.
Could be. Whatever that reason may be.
A lot of steering luck.
Whatever that reason may be, he is under pressure from Sparky, so he has to figure out something really quickly. Sparky gets DRS down the straight to turn 3. Doesn't get the overtake done. This Clouded Tadpole gets a 3-second penalty. And Karma the fastest lap. I don't know how much ERS Padge no, Hyper has, because he seems to be having to use a lot to defend against Sparky. But yeah, I'm seeing right now he still has about 60%, so he still has a healthy ERS battery. But how long can he keep this up for? Surely Sparky, with 100% ERS, will want to make the move soon. Oh! What happened there?
I don't know. I don't know if Maverick went into the back of Sparky, who then went into the back of Hyper. I'm not sure.
Where's Maverick? Maverick seems to have DNF'd as well. I think that
Yeah.
seems to be it. I was riding on board with Sparky, so I only saw the collision. I only saw him getting bumped from behind, but I didn't see Maverick. Seems that Maverick likes it rough, so he gave it to Sparky, and that resulted in both of them DNFing, unfortunately. And that brings out another safety car, so I'll bunch up the field again. Upcoming Karma wants to take advantage of this, so he's pitting for the hards. And that works beautifully for Apie and Padge, both starting on the mediums. And they have a different strategy. Apie decides to go on the hards, and Padge decides to go on the softs.
That's interesting.
That is really interesting. I think the question is, I mean, Padge will obviously get the position, but can Padge finish on those set of tires, or will he have to pit again? Seems like most of the field's agreeing with Padge, so we got James on reds. Take her easy also on reds. Then we got Dale, G, and Hickling on the mediums. Yeah.
I think fresh mediums would probably be the best tire to be on at this point, but the softs will be able to go to the end. They might be quite warm, so it'll be interesting. I think Padge will get it in the early stages, but whether he can hang on to the position's another thing.
We'll have to see. This just got a whole lot more interesting with this split in strategy choices between the drivers. And now that we're under safety car, let's just do a quick penalty update. So we got everybody apart from Alraz with a 12-second, and Hyper with a 6, and Upcoming Karma with an 11, and Cloud the Tadpole with a 6. Everyone else has a 3-second. Yeah. It's a very, it seems to be a very 50-50 split decision between the soft and the mediums between everybody.
Apie so far has no warnings to his name. Padge and JamesWhite both have one warning.
Let's see, it seems that the biggest winner of this race would be Dale G, gaining 13 positions. Still is penalty free. And has a brand new mediums tire on. Well, not brand new, it's 3 laps, but it's still good enough to take him throughout the entire race. Can he take advantage of the soft runners throughout the closing stages of the race to get his podium? Or maybe a win? Well, I'll have to wait and find out. Sparky leaves the session. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, those softs for Padge will definitely go to the end. 16 laps is definitely manageable.
I don't know about you, 1010, but you know, ever since the patch, I realized that the softs overheat really easily now.
Really? I haven't
Yeah.
actually noticed that.
I
I noticed that tyres in general overheat though. Even like mediums. I've noticed getting quite hot.
Yeah, there seems to be a like tires seem to be very sensitive now after the update. As we get going again, and oh my god, Apie almost loses it. Padge is getting a really good run on him though. He wants to get past Apie ASAP, otherwise his strategy will not work for him. Apie is going to have an absolute nightmare in the closing stages trying to keep Padge behind him. As we got Rhea who spins after the restart. Things not looking good for Rhea. Oh! We got a collision between upcoming Karma and Tadpole. Karma loses his front wing after trying to outbrake him into turn 4. Oh, got a problem with Hyper.
Spinner.
Yeah, Alraz.
I think it's always safety car again.
I just saw Hyper
Why
give the
is
position up to Hissy.
Not sure why there's another safety car. Maybe from debris on track.
Probably. We had a couple of collisions on that restart. So we got Hyper, Karma, and Alraz all pitting. This will work like a dream for Hyper. He's got fresh softs which will definitely take him to the end of the race. Let's see if any of those other soft runners at the front will also want to pit. Seem to have a lot of retirements in this race, which is unfortunate for those 6 drivers that have left us.
Well, this race hasn't been short of action. There's been
It's definitely
too
been
much to keep up with, to be honest.
yeah. I'm managing to catch like some of the action on stream, but not managing to commentate on it in time. As JamesWhite pits, trying to take advantage. He's presumably gonna want to go on a fresh set of softs as well. Nope, he's going on a fresh soft of mediums. Fresh set of mediums. JamesWhite is.
Maybe thinking that those softs wouldn't have got to the end. Could be the case, to be honest.
Could be indeed. Yeah, I don't know if the stream can hear it, but you can hear the growl of the safety car, and it's just such a eargasming thing to hear.
The Aston Martin this year sounds absolutely wonderful. If anyone's not seen any onboards of the Aston Martin safety car, they should go and have a look, because it does make a nice noise.
It does. I've actually, so last weekend, me and John B, my brother, we went to the Nürburgring because I live very near to it. And we just managed to catch one of the closing stages of a 24-hour race. And one of the new Aston Martins came by, and the sound that thing makes, and especially how loud it is absolutely like one of the 7 wonders of the world, if there was such a thing for cars. Now, Aston Martin's got a really great thing going for them right now. They seem to, you know, be able to build their own brand image, and they have one of the best looking cars on the market right now.
Yeah, they've sort of dominated the luxury sport sort of model.
And yeah, there's a lot of...
a few others obviously, but it's
yeah,
iconic, really.
It's very iconic. And there seems to be like rumors going around the paddock that they could be the next dominating team in F1 after the 2022 regs kick in. Especially with the amount of funding they have now from the Stroll family.
Yeah, I've heard they've been upgrading their facilities just for this next generation of F1.
Exactly, so...
a lot of construction, a lot of... I think they've built their own wind tunnel, so it'll be really interesting to see if they can deliver on that. Obviously, you can have all the kit in the world and not deliver. I mean, look at Ferrari in recent years. They've got probably
Definitely.
one of the biggest budgets, and you know, it's such a complex thing to get right.
Yeah, I think the thing with Ferrari is that they've got a very one-sided, you know, team with a lot of the people being Italians, you know. As for Aston Martin and teams like McLaren, Mercedes, who have a very diverse workforce, you can always pull in
Yeah.
resources whenever you need them. And, you know, for me as a Seb fan, it'll be really great to see him back at the front.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to see that.
If he can, you know, take the challenge to Verstappen and Hamilton, that would be great to watch. As the safety car comes in this lap, and we are ready to restart as Apie gets an okay restart. Hasn't really caught Padge sleeping. Padge still looking to claim that position back on his very dominant first set of softs. As mentioned earlier, no DRS assist for the first 3 laps after a restart, so how much battery does Padge want to invest in before the DRS comes in? Or will he just want to wait behind Apie and let the DRS work for him? See a lot of position changes in the back. Hyper making the move on JamesWhite. Nice and early. Now he has a ghosted Alpha in front of him and a lot of clean air, so he can really start making some progress from there. Yeah, down to you, 10-10.
Yeah. Looks like. Not sure.
Another safety car? Where's that come from?
I noticed everyone slowing down in the third sector there. I'm not sure what this is for.
I am also not sure. We didn't see any accidents. What lap are we on? 26? Let's see. I'm gonna check through my... As we can see this very long list of incidences. 25. No, there seems to be no incidences on lap 25 or 26. So this safety car is very questionable.
We have seen glitches in the past where the safety car will continue to go out for no reason. It's just being triggered.
This is a sigh of relief for Apie because, you know, the laps are counting down and he doesn't have to defend so much against Padge.
The safety car is on reduced as well, so I think this might be a bit of a glitch.
Could very well be. This is sort of like an unexplained incident where, you know, safety car did not come out, well, came out and nobody really had an accident. No DNFs. Yeah, it seems to be that Hicklin was the only one that came in for this fresh set of softs. Wanted to get rid of those mediums for the closing stages. I would love to know what tire percentage Padge is on, because all these safety cars mean that, I mean, he gets to save on tire wear. But at the same time, I'm wondering whether or not he can actually make the move done.
Yeah, I feel like he would have wanted to get the move done early, get ahead of Apie. Because the longer it goes on, the less of an advantage he has.
Definitely.
Those tires.
And with the laps ticking down, Apie will definitely still have the battery to defend.
Yeah, only, I think that's 9-10 laps to go. Probably about 8 after the safety car restart, so hopefully we don't see another safety car.
I have to tell you though, I do miss the old safety car.
The silver?
The silver
Safety
Mercedes SLS, yeah. That was my favorite car at the time. If any of you watch Top Gear, you'd know why that's my favorite car. As a driver, I think I'd be annoyed with this many safety cars. Especially on a circuit like Austria, it's not really a straight circuit, is it?
Yeah, no, it's unusual to get this many safety cars. That's what leads me to think that it might be an error.
Could be a glitch, yeah.
Masters.
Come on, Cody's, give us a better game! I'm pretty sure if esports, you know, the Pro Series would experience something like this, I'm pretty sure Cody's would be on it to find a patch or a fix.
Yeah. They seem to have a different version for the esports as well, I've noticed.
Yeah, their races are all like 20 laps, which, you know, I'm wondering how they do that.
Yeah, 33% races. I think it would be quite good to have that, you know, because
Especially as a sprint race.
25% is slightly too short.
Yeah. Where the sprint race format, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be good if if the game would allow us to, like, you know, especially for the 25%, not to pit and for us to be able to choose what tire we want to start on.
Yeah. Yeah. After qualifying.
Yep. They seem to be racing again, even though the MFD is a safety car, but there we go. Now it is time for Padge to mount his attack on Apie. The waiting is done for him. Alvarez gets another 3-second penalty, unfortunately. As he tries to send one down the inside, doesn't really want to get the move done yet. He's very careful, it's all or nothing. If he has an accident, he loses his second place.
Hyper getting past Taker Easy here.
Very nice for him. That puts him up into P5. JamesWhite as well on Alpha Mati, but as we know, Alpha Mati is ghosted. Yep.
I didn't actually notice, but Hyper has 9 seconds of penalties, which these safety cars really have not helped him. Everyone is bunched up.
That's really unfortunate for him. Dale, though, I did mention it earlier. Another safety car. Yeah, this is definitely a glitch.
That's really unfortunate.
That is deeply annoying. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Dale on his way to getting his podium after a very solid drive all the way starting at the back of the grid. But yeah, this is really annoying.
Are you able to check the Twitch box in the chat box, sorry, in Twitch? Because mine is not refreshing.
I don't think anyone has typed in something because I'm right now live with the stream itself and no one has typed in something on the chat box. The last chat was don't need to put the speech marks. But yeah, this is annoying.
I'm gonna have to reset the stream, I think.
So what do you do? I think the safety car mayhem started lap 26. That was the one that came out for no reason. That's about 10 laps short. So you're gonna have, what, 1/3 of the race that's under the safety car glitch? Is that enough to not cancel the race? Or postpone it?
I'm not sure. We're going to have a discussion after the race is finished with the host and everyone involved to see what they think. But for now, they'll continue racing. It's only the end of the race. I mean, they're not racing, are they? They're just following a safety car.
Yeah.
But, you know, we might have to reschedule this race. People in the chat would like you to remove the menu and have the track map on as well for the stream journey.
The track map. There we go. The full track or just like the mini map? Just put the full track.
Full track's probably best. And then if you get rid of the menu as well.
Already done and dusted.
Oh, and telemetry off as well.
Telemetry is off. Safety cars in this lap. Fingers crossed, no more safety cars, please. We've seen enough of the Mercedes already, as much as we love it. Maybe if it was the Aston Martin, I wouldn't mind it so much. As Apie takes over a safety car. Oh, there is a bit of contact. I see pieces of front wing. Yeah, that's Padge with his collision with Apie. That's not gonna help. If... Yeah. That's pretty much game over for Padge, isn't it? Overtaken by Dale G now. But can Dale get the win? That would be the drive of the century for him.
I'm sure Apie will be able to get that 5-second penalty removed.
Definitely. Does Karma gets the move done on his seat very early on. Hicklin and Alvarez on Clouded Tadpole. I think Clouded Tadpole has damage. Yes, we can see he has a missing front wing. Super Mac on Padge as well. I think Padge is tired. No, not Padge is tired. Padge is definitely being... That broken front wing's definitely frustrating him right now as we get another safety car. Mate, this game, what the f...
I think a lot of drivers would probably be quite happy for this race to be restarted, but obviously a few that wouldn't. Anyone that finishes high won't want it to be restarted, but I think...
It's only natural. I think it should be... I mean, there will always be drivers that will have good races and drivers will have bad races, so in the end... You could hold a vote, or it could be down to the race admins, you know, what they want to do. That's unfortunate.
We'll have to figure it out anyway.
The race was going so well in the first half.
I remember this being a glitch in the last game, in F1 2020, and even in F1 2019 as well, and it would usually be when the host disconnects, or if multiple drivers disconnect and rejoin the lobby. It would trigger a number of glitches, and this would quite commonly be one of them. I had quite a few races where this would happen. I'm not sure with this patch that's come in, it's brought back some old bugs, whatever they've done, but that would be certainly quite unfortunate.
Seems that they're racing again, even though my MFD shows me that there is a safety car. Oh wait.
Really?
Oh no. Never mind, Appy just caught the safety car.
Getting too excited there, German.
Yeah, I think so. All the safety cars is so frustrating. I don't even know if Alpha Matty is in the game or not because his car's ghosted, but I am so surprised he's still in P8.
Yeah, he actually has not been here this whole time, not even in qualifying.
His AI is doing him such a huge favor then. Can you imagine him looking at his Discord? He gets 2 points for that, 3 points for that 8th place. Be a lot of question marks on him, on his head.
Hesse was managed to pass up from Apie there, which was interesting. I'm not sure how he did that.
Yeah, you can clearly tell it's a very glitched lobby. Oh, safety car is in this lap. Didn't even get a notification. Apie has gone for it again. Please, no more safety cars. I want to watch this charge from Dale G on Apie. It's getting bad to worse for Padge, who gets a 3-second penalty after all the hard work he has done to stay penalty free. Getting a lot of position changes here. Take her easy, takes the position on Hicklin. JamesWhite as well. These three are... Ooh, Alvarez tries for the outbreak. Does he get the position though? Come on! Hicklin's fighting back, but Alvarez has the inside line. Can he take it? Yes, he can. Very nice. Now Alvarez has his target board on Hicklin. Can he get past? The Super Mac is right behind Dale G, and Dale G is right behind Apie. This is not going to be a comfortable win for Apie as it stands.
He just needs to make sure he doesn't get into incidents, because Apie should be able to get that penalty removed.
No worries for Apie. Apie is trying to make that Mercedes as wide as possible to stop it, and Alvarez has binned it. He spun. Oh, Alvarez, you're doing so well. You were overtaking left and right. Ah, bad luck on you, man. So we got both Williams up in 3 and 4. Super Mac, Dale G, and Apie. The race for P1 is on. As we are in the final lap, Apie can almost taste the relief. 2 more corners to go. Ooh, Dale G was thinking about it. As they drag race to the line, and Apie gets the win. Apie gets the win. Oh! My god, we seem to have a dramatic order change. Thanks to all the penalties. Holy moly, what a race. Driver of the day goes to Super Mac. But personally, I think my driver of the day would be Dale G. That was super impressive, especially from P18. Super Mac as well, from P20.
Yep, definitely. Apie as well had a very good race. Clean race.
Clean racing. And
really.
Also the defense from Padge on those hard tires, that is definitely something that you don't see every day. How does IIRL gonna do it with driver of the day? Is it going to be a voting system like APS was?
Yeah. You can see in the chat, who do you think deserves driver of the day?
Oh, my
If I
chat
can
must
get
be...
it to refresh.
Seems to be glitches all over the place.
But yeah, I think TME Dale is a very good shout for driver of the day. And special mentions to Super Mac and Apie for winning the race. Did a very clean race. It was a little bit more simple for him compared to others who managed to get up the order. He had to do a lot more battling and play it very safe when following other cars, which is especially tricky.
Yeah. Anyways, congratulations to the Alpine team on their provisional 1-2, but it's gonna be 2-3. Very solid performance from them, and apologies to anybody who, if I've missed all the action that's been going on board. It was a hectic race after all, and we hope that you enjoyed the race, and yeah, apologies if I've annoyed you with my telemetry and menu box in the stream. It was my first time after all. Yeah. Thank you for having me, Tenten, as a, the main commentator.
No, it's my pleasure to be commentating with you tonight. You did a really good job. Those things are just small things, nothing to worry about really. You can still see what's going on track, but yeah, it was a good race. Shame about the safety car glitch at the end, but we'll get back to you on our next stream on what's happening with that. Got the Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday all coming up next week, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
Yep. Anyways, thank you for everybody who's taken part and for everybody who's watched. We shall see you next week with a snow assist here, right?
That's right.